What's going on, YouTube? Good morning. Super Bowl Sunday morning, actually.
It's afternoon, actually.
New England Patriots.
Yay, New England.
So Katie wants to tell you about the time that she dated a nerd and why it's good to date a nerd.
Okay. So I met this guy on Match, of all places. Anywho, so I meet him and he's good looking and he's a construction worker and, you know, he likes to do adventures and likes to do stuff outdoors. And I'm thinking, wow, this is a really masculine, manly man. This is what I need in my world. And then things happened.
What would that be?
He started telling me this story.
About why on Star Trek Voyager they had 43 shuttlecraft.
Then I slammed my head into the wall for a few minutes and realized I'm dating a nerd.
Yeah, baby!
Really? Such a dork.
So, this was about like 3 months in, right? No,
Yeah, something like that.
You didn't
yeah.
really know that I was like a total nerd at the time,
I
right?
apparently hadn't paid attention to the videos lining the wall of
Yeah.
his house.
Yeah, I have a lot of Star Trek stuff, most of which I don't actually display, but
Oh, that's
yeah.
scary. There's stuff that's hidden.
I'm what you
Oh,
might call
shit.
a closet nerd. I am actually what I would call a super geek.
Sounds like you're gay, closet nerd.
Closet nerd, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. I'm not. That's fine.
I hope you're not.
Super
All right, I have to go
geek
back
as
on Match.
As in, everybody that I ever tell that I am a Star Trek geek, a sci-fi nerd, is always shocked. They're totally shocked.
I was shocked, I gotta admit. Does he look
Yeah.
like a nerd? No.
No, I
he
don't.
doesn't.
Construction worker, I'll break a leg and go, ugh, go back to work. I literally put a nail through my hand,
And his
cut
face.
it off, and went back to work.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
yeah,
he did.
yeah. Oh, and there was like that time last year I broke a bunch of ribs and stuff, and
That was
still
after a
rode my
four-wheeling trip.
yeah, still rode my quad for 2 more days like that. So
Yes.
one day I am going through YouTube and I see this video of why Voyager had 40-something shuttlecraft that were destroyed.
Yeah, this
Well,
was a very specific video.
So
let's put it that way.
I go on to explain to Katie the comment I left, and mind you, this is probably the only comment I've ever left on YouTube, where I told the guy, "What are you, a freaking moron? All right, they don't have 42 shuttlecraft. They can't carry 42 shuttlecraft. All right, they have industrial replicators. You know, when they want another shuttlecraft, they make the parts. Replicators. They can make food. They can make parts." How is this so hard? This is all over YouTube that people don't get this. No shit, they didn't have 42. They're a little Intrepid class ship, okay? And it said, it was even, the Delta Flyer. They made it. They built it. How did they get the parts? They replicated them, all right? The only thing they can't replicate is the high energy fuel, okay, to run the engines. And fuel is always in short supply on the ship, okay? And they said that in every episode, that they were always trying to find more fuel so they could replicate coffee. Why don't you fucking people get this?
And he's
And
going,
that's when I saw the look on her face.
which was, oh my God, he's serious. I thought this was a joke. And then he was serious down to every little detail that he wrote. He actually let me read the comment.
Yeah.
And I literally sat there going, oh my fucking God. Shit, I'm already in love with this guy, so I'm kind of stuck. But this is not what I was planning. I knew he wasn't into sports.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I was like, right now, most people know us that are watching this, but she watches football. She's
Baseball.
in a lot of ways the dude in a relationship.
You can take that however you want.
I hate sports, fishing, and beer.
I don't like
know.
fishing either, or beer. But he doesn't like sports. He doesn't like sex. He doesn't like...
I like sex, just not as much
I
as
had
you.
to throw it in there. Come on. I gotta play myself up a little bit.
It's like a time and a place for everything.
No.
So,
to me, there's... Everywhere is a time and a place.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm reading this comment and I'm realizing that he's totally serious. And I'm sitting there going, because I watched Star Trek as a kid too. Like, I love Star Trek. I love Shatner Star Trek. I love, what's his face? Patrick Stewart Star Trek. I love that one. It's my
TNG,
favorite.
Next Generation, yes.
Yes, so I love them. But on no level of knowing what a particular vehicle can or cannot handle, and what it should have or shouldn't have, and how it's depicted incorrectly on fucking YouTube, that I don't even watch these things.
I can go through and name every single character, their real name, you know, what else they do as actors.
Keep in mind, he doesn't remember my name half the time, and I sleep with him.
Kathy.
Oh my God, but he remembers every character and who plays them and all of this other bullshit. I'm going to be really pissed after this video is over.
You have to keep in mind that I was a goofy, dorky looking little kid.
I've seen pictures of you as a kid. You were not dorky looking.
Yes,
I would have done you.
Of course you would do anything.
That's not true.
So we want to talk about the pros and cons of dating a nerd.
All right, so give me a pro.
Well, you're the most experienced at it.
How am I the most experienced?
I'm not dating a nerd.
So I guess the pro is he's not watching porn. He's watching Star Trek. That is a good pro. Yeah. That is, especially for a woman like me.
Well, there's the whole Dave and Chuck thing that I was watching that spurred this.
Dave and Chuck, shout out.
This conversation, being that they said that nerds make better lovers.
And what was their reasoning why nerds make better lovers?
Well, I say my reason is you have...
they pay attention to details?
You're detail-oriented, you have self-esteem issues, you try far harder. When you finally do get a woman, you know, you do everything you can to keep her. So
you do. You definitely do that.
You know, and you make better you make a better lover because you're not overconfident in bed. Where this jock type of guy who is, you know, good looking and confident and whatnot. I mean, how I ended up like that, like I was a goofy kid.
Yes.
I was chubby and goofy looking, and I always had a low self-esteem to that, and I had a hard time getting a girlfriend in school. And I never got over that feeling, so although you seem to think I'm attractive,
yes, you are.
Don't fully agree with that. Over time, you know, obviously I am a far more attentive boyfriend.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you get the super geek because I'm also the masculine guy that will go out and kill a bear for you.
Aww.
You know, but I'm also
I prefer
the geek.
A lion.
And geeks are loyal.
Okay, yeah.
We're very loyal. We're very loyal, you know. We tend to covet our friendships and our relationships and try very hard at them. But this is about you telling me you're supposed to tell them the experience of dating a geek.
So the experience is a lot of things I cannot relate to because I am not a geek. Even though we share a like of Star Trek, you have a deep-seated love of Star Trek.
Oh, honey.
Don't even get me into
the
other
Wait until
thing.
I make you watch Dune. And I'm not talking about the shitty Sci-Fi Channel remake or any new reboots. I mean the original Dune that I own on VHS.
You're not going to make me watch it on VHS, are you?
I might.
Oh, God.
Just out of nostalgia.
Just for the torturing people.
Okay.
So, we don't share a love of nerdy stuff.
No, that's true.
We don't share a love of sports.
No,
I like sports, you don't.
Today's Super Bowl Sunday. I plan on editing this video while she watches the Super Bowl.
But he does plan on being here, which shows you his nerdy loyalty. He will be here to watch the game without really watching the game by doing something else, but you'll still be here.
Now, mind you, I'm the guy who tends to say I'd rather gouge my eyes out with a dull spoon than watch football.
But he loves me.
Oh, and then there's the whole, like, whenever I go out somewhere, I like to screw with people. Like, oh, who's playing this weekend? I hear it's the Bills, right?
I thought that, how is that,
When are the Bruins playing the Super Bowl? Actually, I got some fun out of that one at the skiing this weekend.
Did you really? Oh, you didn't tell me that story.
Yeah, there was a whole group of, like, jocks sitting next to me and Tony.
Oh, my God, what did you do? Meanwhile, I'd be like, oh, yeah,
stuff like that. Stuff like that.
Let's hope the Patriots get their 6th win. And he's over here like, who?
I'll go to a bar and root for the opposite team.
No. If you root for LA while you're in my house, you are dead to me.
Is that who's playing?
Yeah. No.
Against the Sox,
no.
Right?
Against the Sox. The Sox already won the World Series.
Whoa, I thought this was the Super Bowl.
It is. The Red Sox play baseball.
Oh, whatever.
Oh dear God. So anyway, what are the cons? We'll do a pro and a con. A con is I can't relate on a lot of things. Sorry. Got nothing.
Like what specifically?
To your nerdiness and all of your you're so detailed about every little aspect of these shows. And I'm over here like, I had a crush on Will Wheaton when I was 10 and I wrote him a letter and he sent me a picture.
What about when I was like all excited, like because I'm rewatching Stargate right now.
Yes.
And I got super excited about the little tease for the Prometheus coming out, and oh God, I'm telling you, like, oh my God, they mentioned it. That means the ship's gonna be coming out soon. We're gonna have our first Earth ship to fight the aliens with.
Yeah, and I'm over here going,
even
I got
now,
nothing.
all
I
this
feel
time,
bad.
and yeah, she just like looks at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Apparently, there's a lot wrong with you. So I think the pros are better than the cons.
Well, you just said a con, but you didn't say a pro.
I said a pro before that one.
No, you said I'm gonna do pros and cons.
I said your loyalty. You're here.
Yeah.
You're here to watch a football game. That was the first thing I said was a pro. Shut up. Anyway, so another pro is, like you said, they're great in bed. They're attentive.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should turn this off and find out if that's true.
Later. Priorities.
You're definitely detail oriented. I'll give you that. That shows in your job, I think, especially.
Yeah. Well, how does that help in our relationship?
That you're detail oriented? Mm-hmm. You pay attention to everything I say.
Okay, but I forget 90% of it.
No, you you pay attention to everything I say and you try. You really try. Oh, I hate communication. I don't care if I talk for 5 minutes a day. Now you talk to me.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty.
All right, so
anyway.
Back on topic. So yeah, like the whole detail oriented, as in you said to me, I don't care if you woke up next to me. I still like a good morning text. And then every morning that I wake up next to her,
we just had this conversation earlier this morning, and it was, but I saw you, and I don't. Do I need to say good morning? But that one time I said, oh, it's still nice to get a good morning, even though if we woke up together. And he has taken that and ran. This is the thing about dating a nerd, a geek. What are we calling you, a nerd?
Nerd geek. I'll take either or.
Okay.
Just don't call me a trekker.
No, I would never call you that anyway. So he takes everything I say and he runs with it. I'm pretty sure that nerds probably do this. Like any idea or any little thing, they take it and they run with it. And you run with it a little bit further than you need to, but it's appreciated that you go into all of that.
Well, this is also like where the super nerd comes in, because I am not like, I would imagine most other nerdy guys would be a little more clingy, needy.
Well, you are the exception to that because you're a good-looking guy. It's easy for you to get dates, that kind of thing. Well, whereas there's a lot of nerdy guys that have a hard time.
That's the whole. I mean, I don't believe
you're smart.
Yeah,
nerdy guys are smart. That's a pro.
Yep.
You are very intelligent.
She says I'm smart. I don't think so.
Anyway, you are
smart compared to you.
Oh, now I think you're an asshole and you shouldn't date a nerd. You know what, ladies? Don't date nerds. They're jerks.
She knows I'm an asshole. Yeah.
You do have a nice butt. All right.
Who does, you or me?
No,
okay.
Both of us. Both of us. Mine's a little bit superior to yours.
So pros are loyal.
Yes, detail-oriented.
Well, let's put it this way. Let me ask you a question. If a woman was in the dating scene, right, and a lot of women like to date jerks and assholes.
Been
and
there,
stuff
done
like
that. Yes.
Most women go through that phase growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Why would, like, even if you didn't find the geek in the rough like me,
yes.
right? Like a typical geek that tends to be needy and self-conscious and things like that, would you still suggest to a woman to date a nerd?
Yes. Because I feel like a nerd will be way more attentive to you. A jock is all, like, those types of guys, not to say that all jockey-looking guys are jerks, because that's not true. I'm sure there are exceptions to every rule. Yeah. But
just like every nerd isn't going to be a nice person or
exactly.
You know.
Like, I think, like, the nerd is going to be much more attentive. And at my age, at my level of things, I want somebody who's attentive. I want somebody who tries. I want somebody who makes an effort. I want somebody who matches my effort.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, don't
Oh,
look
honey,
at me
I
like
go
that.
way over your effort.
Oh, bullshit.
I'm awesome.
You are awesome, which is why I'm still here. Oh, that look. Can we?
Oh.
We need to.
We
Pause.
gotta stick to nighttime videos because I think we're getting washed. But either way.
Well,
Okay, so let's do some conclusions.
okay.
What are your concluding thoughts?
How the fuck did we talk for 16 minutes about dating a nerd? Anyway, my concluding thoughts are: give nerds a try. It may be worth it. And
My concluding thoughts are: women, grow up, stop looking for bad boys. And I mean, that's part of what makes me a super geek is I play the bad boy card too, for sure.
yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You do.
So, I have that advantage. So stop looking.
That's because of your looks. You have that advantage, by the way. Let's be
Stop
honest.
looking for what gets you going and start looking for what's going to make you happy. And I think if you meet the right geek, you'll be happy.
And you know what? The more you like him, the more you'll just think he's the best looking guy you've ever seen.
So I wasn't originally?
Not when I first
Now I
met you.
feel all self-conscious.
Oh please, some bitch on Star Trek was above me. She looked like a boy. Sorry, whoever
All
you
right,
were.
so the more editing needed.
Anyway.
All right, YouTube. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for letting us drink on a Sunday with a good excuse.
Maybe we shouldn't drink before we start. We should start drinking at whatever.
No,
Never
because then
mind.
what's the point?
Okay. Cheers.
All right.
Go pay.
Later.
I was gonna say pats.